So post 2001, we have a completely different CIA than pre 2001. So Kennedy was a long time ago. So how did that wild Rottweiler of a CIA handle Kennedy? It could have been any number of ways. The president was Kennedy, but were they trying to do what Kennedy directed, or was there some element of them that disagreed with the president? Because we saw that happen in 2016, right?
Yes.
And is that really a rogue agent if the whole agency is kind of
on board,
outside of control?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Wow. Okay. So I want to segue to this for a second here. We're talking about 9/11, right? And we're talking about national security. And I have been told broadly that, listen, you don't want to see 9/11 happen again. Okay. Well, then you got to sacrifice some of your freedoms. You don't get it both ways. And by the way, I genuinely think that's probably true. So I'll let you tell me if I'm right or I'm wrong here. But now you're starting to see stuff like Palantir, the Real ID, and it's like then you had Snowden exposing, hey, we weren't just spying on bad guys, we were spying on you guys. So the first question is, are there significant sacrifices with regard to privacy that need to be made for security? Yes or no?
It's hard to break that into a yes or no answer, right? So
Okay.
let me give you how we look at it at the agency. There's a spectrum, a spectrum that covers the gamut from security on one side of the spectrum to convenience on the other side of the spectrum. And it's just one line between security and convenience. So that means when you stand on that line, the closer you get to convenience, the further you get from security. And the closer you get to security, the further you get from convenience. So every individual gets to choose where they land on that spectrum, but we're all on the same spectrum. So if you take us as a whole organism, the United States, do we want to be a convenient nation or do we want to be a secure nation? Because you're going to have to sacrifice conveniences to become secure. And part of those conveniences are not necessarily your freedoms, but the way that your freedoms are experienced is absolutely part of that convenience. So if you want a country that is not easily accessed by foreign radicals, then you need to have some sort of surveillance capable of tracking those foreign radicals inside the United States. And that's what Snowden actually reported on. The collection of metadata.
Can you define metadata, please?
Absolutely. So metadata is it's like the secondary and tertiary data, the technical data.
Because they're like, metadata is not important, just metadata.
Metadata is like it's the ancillary information that piggybacks with important information.
Okay.
I dial your phone number. Your phone number is not metadata.
Oh, it's not. I thought it'd be like our conversation's not metadata.
Your phone number is not metadata. Our conversation is not metadata. Even the encrypted channel that you and I are using to talk is not metadata. The metadata is a signal was sent on this day. That signal was sent using this platform. Okay. That signal connected to another device that was of this type of genre, right? Metadata is all that intelligence services need to be able to connect suspicious behavior, right? Because now if I always call you at 2:00 on every Thursday, and it's always the same
connecting towers and whatever the hell.
Correct. And
same device signal or whatever.
That's strange. That's not a husband and a wife having a conversation. So who's having a segmented conversation in that way? Or when we find that your metadata ID is also contacting somebody in Pakistan. That's strange. So metadata is enough for us to be able to start connecting dots so that we can go to an organization like FBI and say, here is metadata tied to, phone device IDs that are suspicious to us.
Pakistan.
Can you grant us the authorities to now collect inside the United States on this person?
Is that a FISA? Is it?
Yeah. Well, FISA is freedom of foreign intelligence surveillance collection is a FISA warrant or a FISA connection or a FISA authority.
Got it.
So you're trying to get somebody with the correct authority to collect on that information.
Okay.
Snowden's problem just to finish that point.
Oh, yeah. I have a whole bunch of questions for you on Snowden.
Snowden's problem wasn't that he was wrong, that we were collecting against American citizens. We were collecting against American citizens, but we were collecting metadata until the American citizens showed a pattern of behavior to suggest that they were supporting terrorism.
Got it.
And then we moved through proper legal channels to collect information on that target. Without that, and when Snowden ratted us out worldwide and told all of our adversaries about this, when he did that, he also undermined multiple other collection platforms that had nothing to do with the collection of metadata against American citizens. So Snowden's a bad guy, clear and present, not because of his whistleblowing effort, but because he chose to build insurance into his whistleblowing effort by working with American adversaries and compromising multiple other programs that had nothing to do.
He went to Russia.
And Hong Kong and Latin American countries that were hostile to the United States. Like the dude only worked with adversaries when he did his whistleblowing. That's not someone who's trying to help.
Oh, gosh, I thought he was like a hero.
Most people think he's a hero. There's a reason that the court system and the executive, both judicial branch and the executive branch, both agree he's a bad guy.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Oh my God, he's portrayed in movies, and I've watched different interviews with him, and it's like, I fell on the sword for you. I gave up everything, and I'm in exile because I was trying to, expose this to you. I had no choice but to blow the whistle. Your government is surveilling you, and they think you're enemy number one. And I was like, oh God.
Yeah. It's not.
When we talk about success in the health and wellness space, people usually focus on the product. Maybe it's killer protein powder, a sleek activewear line, a smart home workout program. But what most people don't realize is that the real magic often happens behind the scenes. Take some of your favorite brands like Alaya Naturals, Skims, or mine, for example. Yeah, we've got the products and the hype, but we're also using something that makes the selling part smooth and seamless. That business, the behind the scenes business, is Shopify. And nobody does better than Shopify at selling. Home to the #1 checkout on the planet and the not-so-secret weapon, Shop Pay, which boosts conversions by up to 50%. That means fewer carts get abandoned and way more sales actually go through. So if you're serious about scaling your business, your commerce platform better be ready to meet your customers where they are online, in-store, in their feed, and everywhere in between. Because businesses that sell more, they sell on Shopify. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout Alaya and Skims use. Sign up for your free $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/Jillian. That's shopify.com/Jillian, all lowercase. One more time, shopify.com/Jillian to upgrade your selling today. Right now, the headlines are chock full of data breaches and regulatory rollbacks, making us all vulnerable. But you can do something about it. DeleteMe is here to make it easy, quick, and safe to remove your personal data online. DeleteMe knows your privacy is worth protecting. Sign up and provide DeleteMe with exactly what information you want deleted, and their experts take it from there. DeleteMe isn't just a one-time service. DeleteMe is always working for you, constantly monitoring and removing the personal information you do not want on the internet. For me, I feel so much more secure knowing that my personal info has been wiped from the web, simply because I don't get all the robocalls. I worry far less about identity theft and so much more. So take control of your data and keep your private life private by signing up for DeleteMe. Now, at a special discount for our listeners, today get 20% off your DeleteMe plan by texting Jillian to 64000. The only way to get 20% off is to text Jillian to 64,000. That's Jillian to 64000. Message and data rates may apply.
Yeah, it's not like that at all. It's what's really heartbreaking is all of the true American heroes who worked at NSA, who built those programs, and the true American heroes who submitted requests to the Director General of NSA saying this collection might cross a legal boundary. Right? There's lots of paperwork. There's lots of people who filed those complaints. There's lots of people who raised it the right way. And because of the demand for protecting American lives, security and convenience, because the focus was so much on security, legal powers in the legislative and the judicial branch decided we are going to continue to collect this, even if it does push a social boundary.
Push the boundaries.
It wasn't until that went to a civilian court that it was deemed to be illegal. In all of the vetted secret courts, it was continually approved and approved and approved. It wasn't like the president pushed it through. It was multiple branches of government that pushed through the idea, if we're going to collect on terrorists,
we have to have the metadata.
Inside the United States.
Of course. Okay. Now, to take this a step further, the argument then becomes, as far as I can tell, well, now we're getting into Minority Report kind of stuff. So you guys are suggesting, I'm not you guys, but like the intelligence is going to go after me for a crime I haven't committed. You're trying to predict a crime. Is that what's going to happen? Is that what's happening? Is that what you're saying? It doesn't seem like it. It seems like you're saying suspicious activity over here. You have the right to look a little deeper.
Mm-hmm.
If there's suspicious activity, then you have a crime. If there isn't, we keep it rolling. Oh no, she's talking to her Pakistani cousin.
And they're fine.
Get moving right along.
Correct.
So where's the crime prediction piece? The Minority Report that's coming. AI is going to predict that Jillian is going to do some sort of God knows what.
This is what's beautiful about our country and what our forefathers put in place with our country. We have a break between the law enforcement element of the United States and the intelligence collection element of the United States. To give an example, that break between law enforcement and intelligence does not exist in Russia, does not exist in China, does not exist in North Korea, right?
Okay.
So if someone suspects you, if intelligence points that you may be doing bad things in one of our adversary countries, they will arrest you.
Got it.
In the United States, that doesn't happen. In the United States, you can be suspected, but they have to build a case, and the case has to go in front of a panel of your peers, and we have a whole judicial process, right? Understanding that intelligence is all about predicting with high confidence how an outcome will occur.
Okay.
Law enforcement is when you enforce a law that's been broken.
Got it.
Until a law is broken, law enforcement can't get involved. CIA has secret prisons for people who commit crimes against America from overseas, but they don't have secret prisons for Americans, right? Because that's outside of our jurisdiction. If you think about that Venn diagram that we built earlier, right?
Got it.
Everybody else in the world and everybody else in the United States.
Okay.
So I don't put any credence in the idea that inside the United States, AI is going to predict that you'll commit a crime and you'll go to jail. That's the stuff of movies. But I do believe. People
are going down the rabbit hole. I've had this conversation, and it's very convincing.
For sure. I do believe, Jillian, AI will be able to identify suspicious activity that would have never been caught by the human eye. And it will be able to report that to AI on the law enforcement side, which will be able to do an instantaneous investigation.
Got it.
And then the two AI components together will say, there's a 98% confidence that these three individuals are part of a ring that's being controlled out of Iran through an Iranian contact in Switzerland. And then a human being
can investigate it.
We'll have to take
So there's your
forward.
checks and balances. Because then I can make the argument, well, AI isn't fact check things and AI hallucinates stuff
Right.
and AI Okay, so then you have a human that vets it out and fact checks it.
Yes, because we are still, I understand people's fear about AI, and it's a valid fear, but AI also gives us massive advantages, incredible force multipliers to do things that would have otherwise taken weeks, months, or years to do it in a matter of minutes or seconds. Just make it work for us instead of turning things over to it.
Wow. Okay. Hold on. These are on my I'm like, which one of these do I want to go to next? I want to go to Doge. As the temps start to rise, I get that familiar urge to refresh my closet. But I am done wasting money on trendy pieces that I wear once, which is why I'm obsessed with Quince. The clothes are timeless, elevated, built to last, no insane markup. I'm talking about 100% European linen shorts and dresses that start at just $30. Italian leather platform sandals, luxe swimwear that looks straight off a runway but costs half of what you'd expect. Quince partners directly with top-tier factories, cutting out the middleman so you get designer quality at a price that actually makes sense. And they only work with ethical, responsible manufacturers who care about people and the planet. Personally,
I stocked up on the linen tees and the tanks, and believe it or not, a killer summer dress. Occasionally, I do wear dresses. And honestly, it finally feels like my wardrobe matches my standards. Upgrade your wardrobe at Quince.com. Luxury should never mean compromise. Team, give your summer closet an upgrade with Quince. Go to quince.com/Jillian for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That's QUINCE.com/Jillian to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/Jillian.
Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the podcast, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And make sure to let me know what guests you want to see on in the future.